Today, I'm going to talk about a really fun video. It's going to be the 3 things to help you get your dupers out of the 3s. So a big goal for a lot of you, I know, in general, is to get into those 4s, keep moving up towards a 5-0 player, right? And it can kind of be hard to get out of that 3.9, 3.8 range up to the 4s, right? So here are a couple things, because I've taught a lot of players in that zone. So today we're going to talk about the big problems I see and the things that can get you out. So these are my top 3 things to get you out of the 3s. The first thing is going to be over driving. So either you have a good drive, maybe you came from tennis, you have a good background, or you've learned how to drive. It's a lot of fun, you get to hit the ball hard, great. Incorrectly using the drive is a death sentence to getting into the net. And again, the key for this overall is getting up to net. The big problem I see is over driving. So what I mean by that is there's a couple different times that I see this. So the first one, which we're just going to talk about briefly, is redriving or not third shot driving. So when we drive the ball, there's a couple things, right? So when you go to drive the ball, you set up on your third shot, you hit that drive, right? What people don't think about is what happens after that. So your opponents are probably pinching, right? You have one opponent there, one opponent in the middle. Let's say you hit a good drive, right? You and your partner are sneaking in. Your partner's probably cheating up to apply pressure, right? Now, you're inside the court, the ball bounces, you wind up to drive again. Is this a good idea? 2 things I want you to think about. Does your partner know, and are they in the right spot to handle that drive? The answer is no. Usually they're in that area, a sitting duck. So what happens is also, now that we're closer, it's hard to get the ball to dip. The further back we are, the easier it is to get shape on the ball. From here, it's much more likely that that drive is going to sit up and they're going to counter it down. One, they could counter it to your feet now that you're in the court, or what happens a lot is we get our partners killed. So that's the 5th, 7th, 9th shot drive problem that you need to eliminate. No drives after the 3rd unless you really think you can win the point on your drive. Let's say somebody falls or they're both over here and you see a perfect angle, fine. But we're not talking about the exception, we're making a rule. So we don't drive our 5ths, we don't drive our 7ths or our 9ths, only our 3rds. Thank you for the support. It was amazing seeing how many of you commented, liked, shared, and all the new subscribers we have this week. So if that's you, welcome to the channel. And if you haven't, please subscribe. We have great content coming out every 5 days here and great content every day on my other channels as well. Thank you guys. So that one's a pretty easy rule. That's one to just implement. The second one is going to be, so still with the drives, is going to be using the right drive. So, should I A, drive the ball as hard as physically possible at the person in front of me, or B, focus on hitting a drive that sets up my team to get in? The answer is, I think you guys understand clearly, B. B, I don't know how to do that with my hand. So what I mean by that is I want you to take a little bit of pace off your drive, keep it lower to the net, which usually gets you a volley that's shorter, and then use it to get in. So if we start using the drive as a tool to get to net, rather than something to try to win the point right away, that is a 4-0 plus level concept. That's something that most of the people I teach at 3.5, 3.75 aren't doing. They drive to rip. They don't drive to drop. So I want you to drive to drop. First, what I don't want to see is drives like this. I'm going to show you that 100% drive that Zach is just going to be able to stick because it's so high above the net. These are the drives that feel great but are ineffective. That's the other problem with these drives. A lot of times we're going to miss long, and that is a huge killer, lowering our transition percentage. Instead, try to drive like this. I'm hitting this ball more like 50, 60, 70%, but not more than 75%, keeping it low to the net. Zach will then volley, and then I'm just going to follow it in very easily. Utilizing our reach is our next thing that will help you get out of the 3s. That's because at the 3.0, 3.5, 3.75 level, there's lots of just letting the ball bounce. Now, as we level up, we need to apply more pressure with our positioning. The way to do this is after we hit balls, especially good aggressive dinks, whether it's with topspin or you get your opponents off balance, I'm reaching in, looking to either flick or attack on the forehand. Either way, they feel a lot of pressure and are much more likely to pop up the ball, make errors, and give us easy points. The thing to think about with this is the tug of war at the net. So we've spoken about the tug of war in some of the recent videos, but this is also a tug of war, right? And the tug of war is who is controlling the kitchen. When the answer is you, whether you're hitting a good ball or they're just in the wrong spot, that next ball, you're not on your heels waiting for it to bounce. You're reaching in, trying to take control. If you can do that, you'll get easy pop-ups and easy points. I want you to make sure you're not playing like this. That's what I see a lot of. Even though I may not have missed many of those balls, Zach doesn't feel the pressure. He's not likely to miss because he doesn't see me in the kitchen, well, not in the kitchen, but over the kitchen, applying pressure. So now I'm gonna hit those same kind of shots. Not gonna hit the most aggressive dink in the whole world, but after I change my location, I'm gonna be reaching out, looking to attack that next ball. The last big mistake I see, and the thing holding you back from getting to the 4-0 level, is your fourth shots. So backing up, going like this, letting our opponents in without them earning it. Instead, we want to apply pressure anytime we can. So if the ball I can reach, it's high, attack. If it bounces high, attack. If my opponents aren't in the right spot coming in, attack. Conceding is a second option, not something I'm scared to do, but something that I'm looking to avoid if possible. If I see my opponents in the midcourt, where should I be aiming? Always their feet, their feet, their feet. If I can roll the ball, take it out of the air, attack, get the ball down to their feet, I'm able to win more points, create more pop-ups, and level up. This is one of the easiest ways for you to get to that 4-0 level. It's something that your opponents aren't doing well and something the people better than you are doing. I want your fourth shot pressure to look like this. Watch, we're just gonna run through a bunch of reps. We're gonna play them out live. Zach will get in on some, he'll struggle on some, but in the end, you will see that I am always looking to get the ball down on his feet anytime I can. When he hits a ball that's too good, I'll allow him to come in, but he needs to earn it. I'm not just gonna give it to him. Now, what I hope you recognized there is that it's not just one speed, right? When I'm applying fourth shot pressure, it's not every ball as hard as I can, and it's not every ball super soft, right? Mixing up my pace, my spin, all those different things makes it hard for Zach to get in. That doesn't mean he never gets in. You saw him earn his way in a couple times. He did too well, I allow him in, right? But even if he's close, I can still hit a ball with some topspin, apply some pressure to him, and cause some problems, right? Maybe he makes an error, maybe he doesn't. What you'll see with the top pros and even players in the fours is they're able to survive that fourth shot pressure, but not all the time. And if you can cause your opponent's transition percentage to drop a little bit, you will win those close games that right now you're coming up just a little bit short on. Per usual, we're gonna hit our Richie recap here. So the three things, again, that we talked about to help your duper get out of the threes and into the fours. The first one is not over driving, right? So we're not gonna drive our 5ths, our 7ths, our 9ths, our 11ths, and when we drive, we're not gonna hit Mach 10. We're gonna use that 70% drive that stays low to the net, that allows us to get in, ups our transition percentage rather than lowering it. The second thing is using our reach, right? So we're not just allowing every ball to bounce anymore. Now we're reaching, looking for flicks, especially when we hit good shots. If I hit a really good dink, I'm expecting a flick. If I don't get it, I can always go back and dink it, but we can't go the other way. We can't sit back and then go and attack out of the air. So we want to be aggressive first, passive second. The third and final thing is fourth shot pressure. We are not allowing our opponents to transition easily. If they earn it, they deserve it. But what they don't deserve is us to just give them a free pass. If we get it out of the air, roll it on their feet. If we get it off the bounce, roll it on their feet. If they decide to stay back for whatever reason, attack it. Sometimes maybe we even want to mix in an attack while they're coming in, right? Whatever it is that allows us to apply more pressure is what we want to do as our opponents are transitioning to the net. Super excited for what we have coming in the videos soon. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe below.